Hi everyone, welcome back to Crochet Rocks. Tracy here, and this is another open with me, and it's the latest Inside Crochet Magazine. And the thing is, I only thought the other day that I haven't received my magazines, and I went to the supermarket yesterday and there were lots in the shop, and I'm wondering if I had some that I've missed because they weren't this one and I didn't recognise them. So I'm not sure what's going on there, but I do feel like I've been short of at least a couple of magazines. Anyway, we have Win New Bella Coco Hobby Yarns, or Hobby, I don't know how you say that, it's just hobby to me. Back to School Notebook, Vintage Looks, packed with designer crochet patterns, and inspired by vinyl, cool Kandinsky throw, easy for you to say, flower power poncho, cute Susie beret and dicky, and a wall hanging, Hendrix hexy sweater, raffia table mats, harvest scarflet, and this. So they do make up these words, mind you. I do too, don't I? Really, I can't really complain about that. So let's get in, and while I'm struggling and knocking you around, if you haven't already, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, and don't worry, if you set that to all, you won't get all anymore. YouTube don't really do that. So another thing that made me think that I have missed is that they seem to have quite a lot of free gifts in them, and this doesn't. All it has is this book, which is Granny Square Home. So some ideas for granny squares, which isn't a bad idea because, as you know, I'm doing a year of granny squares up to number 22, I believe. Okay, so let's get inside then. First thing I notice is how thick it is. It's very, very thick. I'm expecting a lot of adverse, guys. Just saying. Okay, and it's got a lovely thick cover as well, this one, and good thick pages. So that's a bit of a busy kind of, I don't know, poncho maybe. This is sort of a Christmas crochet along it, that is, and it is an advent calendar sort of thing, I think. The Granny Square Crochet Bible, win it on page 13. Yeah, and they've got all these, but they're too small to really see, so we'll move on. New Stylecraft Masterclass. They've got a new yarn called Moorland. When I spoke to them, as you know, I've got a shop, hobbyrocks.co.uk. I do ship worldwide, by the way, and the shipping is weight-based, so the smaller the package, the lighter the shipping. I was talking to them on the phone and they were telling me about the new Moorland yarn coming, so I will have a little look at that soon. Hobby launches new Bella Coco yarn. Have you noticed how a lot of YouTubers now are getting into the yarn selling business? I just want to say I did it first, okay? Although I haven't rebranded any yarn for myself yet. Maybe one day. Take Flight. What's this? Great for iced tea or hot coffee. Stay hydrated as you stitch. So basically they've just got birds on it. It's not really anything to do with crochet, is it? And the only thing that is really is the stitch markers. Notebook, be anything, but that is definitely some very cute alpaca stitch markers. They're alpacas. Okay, let's move on. And hopefully we'll get to see some good stuff. Okay, so we've got key rings, which are sweet treats. Handmade polymer clay stitch markers. They look a bit heavy to be stitch markers, but, you know, maybe they're just sort of really, what's the word? Enlarged, that's the word. So we've got Lynn Rowe of At Knit Crochet Create. At Knit Crochet Create. It's a mouthful. Oh, what have we got here? We're looking at some yarns. Okay, We've got Yarnsmith's Kid Mohair Silk, £7.60 for 25 grams. 70%, 74% mohair, can't have it then. 26% silk, 25 grams. That's a lot of money for 25 grams. We have Rico Essential Super Kid Mohair Love Silk, which is 70% mohair, 30% silk, £10.20 for 25 grams. Fibre Spates Gleam Lace, 55% blue face Leicester wool and 45% silk, 100 grams, $21.99. We got Malabrigo Silk Space, 70% baby alpaca, 30% silk. Now I could use that one. But we got 50 grams at £9.49, and the Drops Kid Silk Unicolor, 75% mohair, 25% silk. 25 grams is £4.60, cheapest of the lot. The only one I could use out of those, though, is the one that's got baby alpaca, because it's hypoallergenic. So, let's move on. And what we got? Yarn wish list. Okay, they're just not really any yarns that I can get my hands on. This Dahlia shade of Brigham Bio 3-ply, made from superwash merino. Biodegradable nylon, is inspired by High Summer's pressed blooms. Right, don't know where you get that from. So let's move on. I think they're just showing us hard to find yarns on purpose, guys. That's what it looks like. Some of it's scratchy anyway. I've seen a few of them. Simply Denim. Simply Denim Chunky even is a new bulkier and brilliantly soft cotton-rich yarn from King Cole, which adds subtle denim look to projects in 6 gently marked shades. Now, I do have in my shop Simply Denim DK, but that one is a chunky, so they've just extended that range to be a chunky yarn as well. So what we got here, loopknitting.com. Gorgeous knitting, crochet, embroidery, supplies and handmade treasures. Oh, I could say the same about hobbyrocks.co.uk. From the archives. So if you want to get back numbers, it's a way of selling their back numbers. Those are bags. We're also reading Mini Amigurumi Made Easy. £14.95. Mariska Voss Bollman by Meteor Books. So you get small... Oh, sorry, you can see me playing with my hair there. I'll stop. I've just got to move something as well. It's digging in me. It's 4-ply cotton that these are made with. If you're into amigurumis, it might be one for you. I'm trying to see how many tutorials you get in it, but it's not showing that. So if you wonder why I was dithering. 21 Days to Learn to Crochet by Emily Pernou by Stash Books, $14.99. So, in 21 days, I don't think it took me that long. Natural Yarn Dyes by Anna Bauer and Eva Zethreus. Oh, I don't know if I... No, Zethreus. Yeah. Search Press, $14.99. For anyone wanted to move beyond the available commercial yarn shades and create their own naturally dyed yarn, I've got 3 or 4 yarn dyeing kits that Gary got me one Christmas and they're still not done. I might have to get those out, you know. Oh my God. These books, seriously, these books copy me. But they copy me telepathically, because quite often I turn a page and find something that I've just done. I've just uploaded and done a tutorial for the wheat stitch. However, I don't like what they've done with it there. That's bizarre. But I've just done the wheat stitch. They've made a bit of a mess of that wheat stitch. I'm not really into that. But, oh wow. Goodness gracious. Isn't that funny? But, you know, I wouldn't do it their way. I'm not liking it. It looks messy, what they've done with it. Anyway, moving on. Advert. Vintage style. I can't believe that. It's happened so many times where I look and I think, yo, you know, just done that. Weird, weird. Vintage style. Just goes to show I've got my finger on the pulse, guys. That's what it is. I have my finger on the pulse of the nation. All right, yeah. Just have a sip of drink and shut up. Okay, vintage style. Add a touch of nostalgia to your crochet with our retro-inspired collection. Photographs by Leanne Jade, styling Claire Montgomery, hair and makeup by Julia Edwards. Okay, so I'm not into berets. I don't know about you. Never have been into berets. I can remember them being fashionable once and just thinking, nah, not for me, really. Hats look ridiculous on me unless they're red. Don't know why. Susie, Beret and Dicky by Kath Webber. This is using King Cole Luxury Yak DK. And the pattern is on page 66. So I guess this is a Dicky. See, I would have thought Dicky is a Dicky bow tie, but no. It's whatever that is. It looks like a shoulder warmer. I don't know. I've never heard of a Dicky. Have you heard of a Dicky? Let me know if you have, because I haven't. This is a Dijon top by Lucy Croft. We won't go into the yarn all the time, although it... Okay, we might. DMC Petra 5. I don't know what that is. Anyway, this is Margot Poncho by Millie Masterton using Sheepy's Woolwise. We'll come to the patterns a bit later on. So this is Totnes Wrap. Totnes is a place for you guys across the pond. I don't know if you didn't know that, but Totnes is a place. By Rosina Northcott using John Arbon Textiles Knit by Numbers DK. See, I'm sure that where do they get these yarns from? They must just buy them online, mustn't they? So we've got another one of these things. Is that a Dicky? Anyway, this is... No, it says a collar. I don't know what a Dicky is. Really don't. Patty skirt and collar. So it's a bit of a flary type skirt, but I was going to make a skirt as well. I have made one before. Hendrix sweater by Cassie Ward using Hobby Rainbow Bamboo. Why is it called Hendrix? Is it just a nod to Hendrix? You know, Jimi Hendrix. Daphne Floral Shawl by Catherine Venner using Yarn Smith's Pebble Haze Aran. Of course, you can use whatever yarn you like for any of these projects. Don't have to use that. Carnaby Blanket by Helen Anderson using Stylecraft Special Aran. Probably the cheapest of all options there. The yarn, I mean. Joni Waistcoat by Theodora Burrow. I thought that her name was Joni Waistcoat for a minute. Fibre Spates Scrumptious 4-ply. Again, never heard of that. Anyway, as I say, you can use any yarn you want. And the good thing about the Stylecraft Special DK, Special Aran, Special Chunky, I do stock that in my shop and it is anti-pilling. So that's always a good thing. This is... no, don't play with your hair on camera. I keep seeing it. Sorry about that. Look, hook our textured motifs, homewares and accessories. All square. Okay, we've got that wall hanging. And we have a raffia placemat. And I don't know what that is. Possibly some very long and strange kind of bookmark, maybe. I love those telephones. I did. I used to find a way of using those where my parents put a lock on it and stopped me. I know you could just press those little black things down together. Very quick and you could dial. Yes. Anyway, the Kandinsky Throw by Catherine Late using Drops Charisma. Or any yarn you like. Just saying. So we have the Helianthus hair clip. Must be this. And that's been using Sheepy's Katona. Nothing to do with Kerry, I don't suppose. And the Harvest Scarfet. Harvest Scarfet. We've seen that already. Circulo yarn. This is called Anne, this yarn. Now, I have Circulo in my shop, but I have Circulo crochet kits. Not so many as I used to, sold out quite a few. But I'd like to get hold of some circular yarn. The place where I get the kits doesn't do the yarn yet, but they might start. This is nice. This is the Erica Tunic by Helda Pantagari. I like that. I'm going to give up with the yarns. Don't need to know the yarn, do we? So these are obviously the make it sections, and we have all of the ones we've seen. So the Hendrix sweater by Cassie Ward, made in 2 parts. Is it hexie jumper, isn't it? Really? So you know, there are thousands of those all over YouTube. Hexie's cardigan, hexie sweaters. She's only just reinventing the wheel here. Small to a 3XL size. The Dijon top by Lucy Croft. Now that is not all over YouTube, so that is a pretty decent one to put in. If I made this for myself, I would have to make it a lot longer. Just saying. A lot longer. Extra small up to a 3XL. So nice and meshy. Good for the summer. I'd have to wear it over some though. Anyway, everybody would, I think. Margot Poncho by Millie Masterton. Bold and floral. And it reminds me of 60s wallpaper or early 70s wallpaper. I was sitting there thinking, what does that remind me of? And now I know. The bold wallpaper that whenever you watch something on TV and you look and you think, wow, that's dated. This is the Erica Tunic, and I like that. I like the neck as well. That's pretty good. I like that. I do. And there is the chart to put it together. So absolutely no shaping whatsoever involved. And we've got a small to large, extra large to 2XL, and a 3XL to 4XL. It's a baggy style, so that could be quite, sizey. That's all I'm saying, might actually get larger than that out of it. The Patty skirt and collar, well, I don't like the collar. I'm kind of not really into that sort of thing. I don't remember them ever being fashionable, but, I might have blinked and missed that one. So who did I say? This was Jess Bennett. I nearly didn't tell you again. But skirt, yes. Yeah. But not really bold prints like that. Not for me. Small to a 3XL. Now this is the 12 Days of Christmas cushion. So yeah. Part 3, crochet along launches. No, sorry, 3-part. It was part 3. I must have missed magazines. A 3-part crochet along. And it launches 11th of September in issue 182. So it's coming, it's not here yet. Well, this Topness wrap by Rosina Northcott. That's quite nice. Quite nice. And we've got charts as well. It's quite a nice size. Yeah, that isn't bad. That's quite pleasant. Quite pleasant. Susie, Beret and Dickie. Oh, hang on a minute. So, then this is Kath Webber. So they called it a collar earlier. So now it's a Dickie. There it is. That's a Dickie. Okay. Mystery solved. Not my cup of tea, really. That's not too bad, though. Joni the Waistcoat by Theodora Burrow. That's not bad. That's very kind. Do the nice colours and you could do festival in that, couldn't you, really? Very kind of cool and very straightforward. You could use any squares you like. Don't have to have these lacy ones. And there's the chart. Show you how to put them together. Nice and simple. Small to a 3XL. This is the digital copies. They're only £4 an issue if you decide to do that. Subscribe, buy digital, but you won't get any gifts. Boho Beats bag. Okay. I've got some bag handles I must do something with. I really must do at least 1 or 2. Here comes the summer. Incidentally, they're in my shop as well. This is the digital back issues. What we got here? Oh my, look. Daisy squares, which are everywhere. Catherine Venner has done a shawl out of them. So, yeah, I like the way that these daisies are complete, but they're only triangular rather than square. That's quite interesting, the way it does that. So although it is teaching Granny to suck eggs and reinventing the wheel, I quite like that little idea. That's pretty made it her own, which is good. What's this? This is enjoy a whole year of crochet. So you can subscribe, you save a massive 47% on every issue. It doesn't tell you how much you're going to have to pay, but that's what it claims, okay? This is the Kandinsky Throw by Catherine Late, and basically it's rounds going into squovels or squounds and then made into a square. So round to a squound to a square. I made that up. They make up words all the time. Why shouldn't I? Okay, just saying. This is Quant Wall Hanging by, oh my goodness, Sarah Reed. So a little while ago, I made a Mary Quant inspired square for my Year of Granny Squares, and now they're using that word. Do you think they watch me? Do you? Do you think they watch me? It's just getting a little strange. Or maybe I'll just have my finger on the pulse, as I said. Nancy the Notebook cover by Wanny Cheng. So that is looking like, oh, the arcade stitch, is it? I did a tutorial for that. I did a blanket. It was lovely. Like that a lot. This is the Carnaby blanket, inspired by Carnaby Street in London, if you didn't know that, if you're my viewers around the world. This is by Helen Anderson. It's very kind of modular, is the only anything I can say about that. This is the Raffia placemat. Going to be hard on the hands, but they do look nice, don't they? This is Lucy Jevdet. Yep, and they are kind of snazzy. And there's also napkin rings as well to match. What's that? Yarn Market. Just adverts for shops. Astrid Tea by Cassie Ward. So they've got a nice young girl on this one. Excuse me. This is 8 years up to 13 years. Next month we have, that's quite snazzy, looks like the Alpine stitch, doesn't it? With little tiny granny squares at the bottom as a decor. We've got a bag, we've got butterflies. I can actually identify them. So that's 182 on sale 11th of September. That's when the crochet along starts for Christmas. Can you believe that? We're thinking of Christmas now. Well, yeah, I've kind of been thinking about tutorials for Christmas. This is the Helianthus hair clip. So Helianthus, obviously a flower. Victoria Caris, this is. It's actually quite nice. I just thought it was one, but there's, you know, like for your barrette. Back issues and how to crochet section. Don't forget we've got a free gift to look through as well. It's not very thick though, so shan't keep you too much longer. And we've got shaping and colour work and all that stuff as well. And probably all the abbreviations and yeah. And then passing on the craft. So a little editorial at the end. So that's the advert for the new Moorland yarn, which I will be getting at some point. Granny Square Home, so maybe it'll give me some ideas for once instead of them getting them from me. Let's have a look. Motifs make your living space. No, motif makes for your living space even. Just forget a word here and there. Just forget a word. It doesn't matter, does it? It's only a word. Right, so we've got a basket by Dorothy. No, it is a Dorothy basket by Emma Varnum. God, really doing well here, not. We've got the N-Plane Air Runner. Yep, by Kate Rowell. See what I mean? They just make words up. I don't know where they get that from. Maybe they do watch me. Okay, Dancing Queen Cushion. Dancing Queen Cushion. This is a bit of an odd thing to call it. And we've got a stripy one there, but I don't believe that is on... maybe over the next page, perhaps. Maybe it's the back. Okay, we have a Granny Shopper by Cassie Ward, Granny Shopper, and that's the end of that. And that's just the page with my address on it. So that's the little gift. And some of these could have been in there, couldn't they? Got quite a few patterns that are squares, could have been put in there as well. Anyway, what do you think? Let me know what you think of this one. And Gary's just let a fly in, guys. No, it might be a wasp. I'm not sure. I think it's a fly. So anyway, let me know what you think, and I will see you guys on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye for now.